Welcome back to Vital Signs. We are going to shift gears now, and today we are going to talk about injury claims from customers or clients. I'm really excited to welcome our resident legal expert back to the studio. Welcome back, Jason.
Thanks, Jen. I appreciate you having me. My name is Jason Desouza. I'm the founder of Desouza Injury Lawyers, and we're based in San Antonio, Texas, with clients all over the state.
What should a business owner do if a customer is injured on their premises?
Well, that's a great question. And these are the types of cases that we accept all the time. In personal injury law, these cases are called premises liability. And what that means is there's a premises, a location, let's say a store like Walmart, and a customer will come into that store and they'll either slip, trip, or injure themselves in some other way, meaning that they encounter a danger that the store either created or allowed to be there for too long. So let me give you an example. We'll use Walmart again. And a customer will walk into the store, and if right at the front of the store there's been a puddle sitting on that floor for a long time, and as they walk in, they wipe out and they slip and they fall and they land on their elbow, they land on their back. Well, that's an example of a premises liability slip and fall type case. That's an example of the type of case where at the front of the store, we've all been to Walmarts, we know that those cashiers are right there at the front of the store. We also know there's a lot of customer traffic coming in and out, and we know that they should make sure that the entrance of their store is always kept reasonably clean so that when people are walking in, they're not unsuspecting targets of a slip and fall. That's an example of something where Walmart knew about something but just let it happen for too long. Another example is where, and I'll give you an example of a real life case of ours. In 2019, we obtained one of the largest verdicts in Texas history, $19 million against a store where one of our clients went into the store. They were there shopping for watermelons, and they got their foot stuck, their steel-toe boot stuck in a pallet, unknowingly, came backward, fell, and shattered their elbow and twisted their neck. Well, to some, that might sound to you say, well, what did the store do wrong? Well, what happened is the store created a hazard, a pallet, underneath a box of watermelons, and they've got pallet guards available for that store to purchase, or they didn't need to have actually put that box on a pallet. They could have just put it on the flat floor, or they could have put it on a raised surface where they knew in that little town there's a lot of oil field workers and a lot of boots are getting stuck in these pallets because it had happened multiple times before. I think your viewers, Jen, would actually be surprised to learn how many people in the United States are injured because of use or misuse of pallets at a factory, at a warehouse, at a store every year. It numbers in the thousands. And that jury was able to cut through, see the truth, and see exactly what happened in that case. So the first thing a business should do is the first thing that an injured person should do when they come onto a premises and they're injured. If you enter a store like Walmart, like Lowe's Market is the company where we got that $19 million verdict against, H-E-B, any of those stores, grocery stores, a mall, a retail store, a stadium, anything like that. If you encounter a danger, you've been injured, the first thing you should do is take a photo of it. Document what it is that you slipped and fell on so that you have that down the road to support your story. Because I know, I can tell you, I've fallen before, a lot of my clients have fallen before. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to fall in a busy place. And the first thing a lot of people want to do is just get up, walk away, and have nothing to do with it. But it happens all the time. It's very common. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. That's number one. The business should do that, and the injured person should do that. Take a photo of the spill or the condition that caused their injury. Number two, what they should do is file a report, file an injury report, okay? And while your employee is filing that injury report, the first thing the business should do, if somebody's injured in your store, call 911 for your customer. Always call 911. I think that was another reason that this jury with Lowe's Market got very upset, because Lowe's just had a policy of not calling 911 for their injured customers. And a lot of people just felt like their lives as customers just didn't matter to Lowe's and it wasn't important to them. So While your employee is filling out that incident report, call 911 for your customer, so at least you can get an ambulance over to your store, or ask the customer, do you want us to call an ambulance for you? Do you want us to do something for you to help you out? A lot of times I think what upsets a lot of people is stores and companies just don't seem to care about them. They care about their dollar, they care about their money, they care about them as consumers, but they don't care about them as people. And when you show care and concern for somebody as a person, and you offer to call 911 for that injured person while you're filling the report out, I think it shows a lot of care, it shows a lot of compassion. So those are the three things you should do: is you should take a photo, call 911, fill out an incident report. Those are three things you should do right away.
How does liability insurance protect businesses in cases of customer injuries?
Well, unlike an 18-wheeler, there's no requirement that a business has to have liability insurance. But I think, pardon my French, I just think it's a terrible mistake to not carry liability insurance if you own or occupy a building that you've got a store in. If you own a bar or a restaurant, a law firm like my own, we've got great coverage. We make sure that anybody who may be injured in that building is well taken care of, and we have insurance. Liability insurance, what it does is it affords you a cushion. So for example, if you're going to buy a commercial policy of insurance, of liability insurance for your store or your restaurant or your bar and grill, well, the first thing it does is it allows there to be a pot of compensation or money to be obtained for the injured person. So here's an example. If a person was at a grocery store or a gas station, one of those small little Murphy gas stations, for example, and they tripped on a rug leaving the gas station and opened the glass door with their face and their elbow and their shoulder, you don't want to be the business that has to pay that person out of pocket. You want to be able to hand it off to an insurance company and let them do what insurance companies do best, which is evaluate risk. Evaluate risk and compensate injured people. So what liability insurance does is, number one, it allows the injured person to get compensation. And number two, it gets you a lawyer. It gets you a defense lawyer. And that way, you should still, number one, you should still hire your own lawyer. If you're a business owner and you own a store or a restaurant, bar and grill, whatever it may be, you should always hire your own lawyer. Don't just automatically go with the insurance company's lawyer. Hire your own. But number two, at least you get a lawyer that's going to work the case for you while your business may be getting sued. And I think that offers you a lot of peace of mind, and it allows you, number one, to focus on whatever your business may be.
What are the key steps in handling a claim from a customer or a client injury?
Well, number one, the first thing is, don't protect the insurance company. You don't need to protect the insurance company. They've got billions and billions of dollars. They can protect themselves, and they're only in it for themselves. So don't protect the insurance company. Protect yourself. And when I say protect yourself, if the insurance company wants you to go along with their little scheme of not accepting responsibility, not accepting liability, going so far as to blame the person who got injured at your business, don't go along with that. Don't do the wrong thing when you know you could very easily do the right thing and accept responsibility. You may not like that it happened in your business. You may not like that you got sued. You may not like the whole process of this, and you may hate the fact that people file lawsuits in America. But the simple fact is this: number one, don't protect the insurance company. They are not in it to protect you. They're in it to protect their money. You are in it as a business owner to protect your business. You own that business because you had a good idea, you had a good product, you had a good service, and you run that business because, like a lot of business people, you've got a family, right? Protect yourself, protect your family, take responsibility for what happened, and don't go along with the scheme of the insurance company because it's a bad scheme. So that's number one. Number two, accept responsibility where it exists. If you run a store and there was a substance on the floor that was spilled, well, hey, look, that's the cost of doing business. You know that you're selling drinks in a store, there's going to be spills. If there's a rug that's crumpled up by the entrance of the door at your gas station and somebody's foot catches it and they unfortunately injure themselves going through the door because they tripped through it, accept responsibility. you didn't do it on purpose. We know you're not a bad person. And you're out there providing a service to the rest of us just like anybody else is. So what I would say is just accept responsibility where it exists. You didn't do this on purpose. Clearly the rug got bunched up, and what you know is that the person who got injured caught their foot in it, and you probably shouldn't have had this bunched up rug by the front. One of the things that I always try to tell defendants or have defendants understand in cases is, think about it if it was your own mother getting injured. Think about it if it was your own father, right? Would you really be blaming your customer in the way that you would blame your own mother and your own father? You probably wouldn't. And if you would, maybe there's more going on there. But for the most part, you wouldn't blame your own mother. You wouldn't blame your own father. You would seek to understand what happened, and you'd have compassion for them. And that's what I would say to do, because at the end of the day, you want this claim closed as quick as possible, and you want to move on with your life and get back to your business, and you want to put the lawsuit behind you. So I would say don't go along with the insurance company, and accept responsibility where it exists as soon as you possibly can.
Thank you so much for your expertise. So for our viewers and our audience, how can people find you?
Well, Jen, we are located in San Antonio. That's where our principal office is. But anybody that's in San Antonio can always pop into our office, say hello to us, meet us in person. We've got clients all over the state in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, the Valley, Laredo, everywhere, all over the state of Texas. You could find us on the web. If you look up, go to Google Desouza Injury Lawyers. You could find us on Facebook at Desouza Injury Lawyers. You can find us on Instagram at Desouza Injury Lawyers. And sometimes people just want to text me. They've got a question, they've got a concern, they've been injured, they have a relative. Feel free to shoot me a text directly. I run the firm. I am the founder of it. We have several attorneys and staff that work at the firm, but you can always text me directly. My telephone number is 210-591-9777. Thank you.
Unfortunately, all good things do come to an end, including this show, but we will be back same time, same station next week. See you then.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.